camera's already on. All right, a big apology to start off with. We've had major technical problems, as you can probably see. Hence, well, I see you can't see, but hence we're probably late. We've also got a new setup at the moment, so it looks all a little bit weird. The camera's up there, and I'm looking down here because the screen's here, so it looks like we're not even studying the screen. So,
well, the thing is as well, because so I got a new monitor, and so I wanted to try all the kit out and everything. So, but I like. What do you think?
I'm not so sure. Sam, hi. How are you?
Sam.
Charlie,
Hi,
how are
Charlie.
you? This is looking weird because I'm looking down there, but I should be looking up here. This is what I should be looking at. Hi, guys, up there. How are you both? You well, Charlie? How many followers? Come on, let me know.
So you don't like the setup?
No.
What is it you don't like about it?
What I don't like about it is because I'm having to arch my neck to look up. I like to look at people in the eye, so I always like to feel 128.
Wow.
You were 126 last time I checked.
Fawn. Hey,
Fawn.
how are you?
How are you? You been all right? I might call myself that. It's Mark K. Kelly. How are you? You all right? Yeah, I was just thinking because I'm the comments are down here. Camera's up here, so there's a big gap between up here and here. So I'm looking down here at the comments, but I feel like I'm not looking people in the face.
Yeah, the monitor is huge.
It's huge. Yes! What did you do? Happy birthday, Sam.
Happy birthday, Sam.
We didn't get a chance, obviously, to say happy birthday to you because we don't have your number. But big happy birthday to you. What did you get up to? Did they cook you the meal that you were going to have?
I could have messaged Sam. And I didn't. I forgot. I'm so sorry, Sam, because I could have messaged you to say happy birthday. I don't know what you're pointing at me for because you could have said happy birthday.
No, I could have done as well. I know. I just do the blame game.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. So, happy birthday. Did you have a good one? There you go. Look at this. You got a happy birthday from Charlie.
Right, I'm just gonna go and I'm just gonna order us some drinks because I didn't order.
Scratched your phone.
I dropped it, and so it's the thingy screen that's cracked.
Oh yeah.
Hey Richard.
Hi Richard, you okay? How do you think so? How has everybody been? Is everybody all right? Sam, tell us about your birthday. Vaughan, tell us about how you've been. I'm struggling because I'm house hunting. So complicated now. Have to sell first before I buy.
That's right, yeah.
Is that how it is now?
Yeah, you have to. It's always been that way.
But we didn't.
Yes, we did.
We were in a chain.
No, we had to have a buyer ready for our house, and so then we could purchase because estate agents don't take you seriously otherwise.
So, have you spotted anything, and have you had a nibble yet at all for the current property you've got? That's always the thing, though, isn't it? Is when you've like I say, when you don't know whether or not you're going to be able to sell. Oh, Charlie just complimented you, Richard, on your video.
Oh.
What was that? So the video, yeah, I did watch our collab, Richard.
Yes,
I really enjoyed that, actually.
I did. Do you know what I liked about your video? Which is what I was saying to Mark. It like yours is almost like a documentary.
Yeah.
It's like a documentary style kind of thing, and that's what I really liked about it. So I was saying to Mark, I really liked it because it was like, that documentary type stuff.
Richard said, got my strawberry and watermelon prime drink, original festival ice cream. Prime
festival, yeah, I remember the festival.
I did see that actually on your upcoming videos. You were going to do a review on Prime.
Yeah, I saw that one, but I didn't watch the video.
I haven't got around to watching this one yet as well. I did watch our collab one though. I did enjoy that.
But what I was mystified with is like Richard told me that the collab video was coming up, but when I went to look for it, I couldn't find it. And then when it did go live, I missed like watching it with you guys. So I'm really sorry. I was saying to Richard, I don't know how I missed it.
Vaughan said, before I rented in between purchasing, before I rented in between purchasing. It was 10 months of renting before I found my current home. That was always the way. I remember, so Vaughan, I used to rent for years and years. I must have rented for about 13 years before I bought this place with Kelly. And the renting thing was never good. I tell a lie, I had some good times there as well, but I was going to say it's one of those things as well, especially if you house share. So I used to do it for shared facilities, so shared bathroom, shared toilet, all of those things as well. And if you've got people that aren't, let's say, house trained, it's not the best experience. but even with the renting markets as well, I don't know how it is in Ireland, but in London it's terrible. It's the renting market is so expensive here. Sam said,
check it out.
yes, please. Sam said, Zachary gave me a beautiful Nana pendant, and my son Nick gave me a gorgeous Vivienne Westwood watch.
Ooh.
And lots of other treats and smellies and a lovely Ouija board jewelry box and new exercise bike. Wow.
I loved all of those things, but the Ouija board jewelry box has me double like
I
would be scared of it. I'm like, oh what?
Well, Sam's a bit of a goth, so
yes.
I imagine it is.
Well, not so much a goth, but I know you like that sort of haunted type things, and I'm just like, I don't know.
How is it? And the exercise bike, have you used it yet as well? I've got to say, I use mine all the time. Mine's a really cheap one. I bought it from Argos. It was only £110, I think, which is the cheapest one they did. And I bought it just before lockdown. And I'm so glad I did, because obviously that was the only form of exercise I was getting in lockdown. This is why Peloton did so well over lockdown, and then their shares crashed after that, apparently. Some said, and the meal was so good. Who cooked it? Did your family cook it for you? Hi, Evelyn.
Hey.
I can't say, as I'm on the plane waiting for the doors to close.
Oh.
It's all right for some. Look at this.
Whatevs.
Whatevs. Now that is dedication. Joining us from the live on our live from the airport.
I hope you have a lovely time, but I wish I was going with you. Just saying. Maybe next time I'll come with you.
Charlie said, went yesterday to a farmhouse in Carvery Pub in Castleford, Yorkshire. Oh, right, did you have a good time? Charlie, did you get to see our Carvery video? I'll talk about our Toby Carvery video in a minute, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed our video too. You guys have a great place here for now, your lovely garden. And what's annoying is we can't be able to enjoy it because it's raining every single day. Funny enough, I was going past our last lives just to have a look at when we were in the garden, the summer bits. We were in the garden pretty much all of June, some of July, and most of August, right, when we were doing the lives. This year, I think we've done the garden once, maybe twice, and that's how bad the weather's been. The rents are astronomical. It's really in Ireland. You know what it is? It's because here in the UK, so basically the interest rates are shot up. So, of course, landlords are putting that money onto the tenant. The other thing some landlords do, not all, but some landlords do, is they kick the tenant out saying they need the property back, and then they re-rent it at a much higher price.
Yeah, I feel like the interest rates, I'm not so knowledgeable with regards to renting, but the interest rates for mortgages are like so high. It's so expensive. It's just crazy to me, like how we're in a very sort of good position that we could afford the height, not the height, but the amount that it's gone up by. But I don't know how people are coping.
No, exactly. Vaughan said, so the jewelry boxes. Oh, is it a musical jewelry box, Vaughan, that you got? Sam, that you got, or does a Ouija thing play? It'd be cool if it plays a funny sound. Ooh.
No, I'm just thinking. You know the music to the scary movies, like I don't know.
Oh, like Halloween.
Yeah, like that sort of thing.
Talking of scary, Richard said, my October vids I'm doing would be in some really scary locations.
Yeah, because Richard's into all of that sort of thing as well. I'm just like...
So you'll notice actually in Richard's last October videos, he actually did his locations from Epping Forest, haunted Epping Forest, and he also did it from some other scary locations. So not just the forest itself, but he also did it... Where else did he do it from?
I can only remember the Epping Forest one that he did.
Where was the other one? And the railways, the rail station. You did that rail walk, didn't you? You went across the railway. I'm just reading your thing now. Yeah, that was right. Keegan, hi, how are you? Keegan and Charlie on. He said, hi, Mark and Kelly, it's me, Keegan. Hi, Keegan.
Bless you. Hi.
Charlie said, good video, the Toby Carvery. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much.
And I did eat all of that, I'm afraid. That big pile of plate, I did eat a lot.
He
tried.
He did. I mean, I'll always try. I ate quite a lot of my plate, to be fair. But I even if I'd gotten a small portion, to be fair, I still wouldn't have been big or small. I still wouldn't have been able to finish everything.
Richard said the weather's really messed up my grapes. They're not going red. I was going to say you really need the sun for grapes. I think that's going to be a problem, isn't it, for you to grow those grapes? Vaughan said they sent my old passport with a laundry list of required documents before issuing a new one after 9 weeks of waiting. There's a guy at work, actually. He's had huge problems getting his passport in. He's been waiting and waiting and waiting. On the government website, it's just saying your passport is being processed. I mean, I
might need to call them.
Well, it's too late now. I think he wanted to go on holiday this week, but he can't.
Oh.
Sam said my son's got to put new handlebars on my bike before I can ride it because I'm short. Oh, bless. We cooked the meal together, except I cooked the steaks and lamb chops, and they were perfect.
Steaks and lamb chops, you're talking my language. Although, with the lamb chop, I like with no bones because I don't like to work for my food. So I'm very much, I want like, like a lamb leg steak, or maybe not something as tough as a lamb leg steak, but anything that doesn't have a bone in it is just really good for me. But yeah, steaks and lamb. Ooh,
there you go.
Just chuck in some pork belly. Oh.
Now, do you have a technique for doing these, Sam? That's what I was wondering. Do you have a technique for cooking these to get them perfect? And are you willing to share? Keegan said, I like your live. Oh, bless you. Thank you, Keegan. I hope you're enjoying it. Charlie said, how many videos altogether? 597. So we've got 600 and something, but you probably pound for pound, Charlie, have got more videos than us because you do release a lot more videos. We've chugged down a little bit, to be honest. We're not doing as many as we should probably do. But yeah.
I think between us, because we've got so much on as well,
it's
difficult. But that's why we like to do the lives, to catch up with you guys. And, interacting with you is important to us. And I just really enjoy it. I don't even edit them. So they just go out. So even after we finish, they just go out as is.
I edit them.
The lives you don't.
Oh, no, the lives you don't. No. No, they've got to be all natural. I'm not editing the lives. Vaughan said, how do people pay mortgages, 2 cars, a creche, etc., working to pay bills? Do you know what? I was going to say, I mean, when my dad was working, he could afford to pay for a house. My mum didn't have to work. And obviously, she could then look after myself and my brother at the time. And that was all on one wage. And now you and I have to work.
We have
in
to
order
work
to pay for this place.
Just for the house. The thing is, when I was growing up as well, like houses and stuff were affordable at the time, and it was my own silly thing that I didn't buy a lot earlier, because I could have done. I didn't have any responsibilities and I had a job and stuff like that. So it was my own fault for not purchasing a lot earlier. But I was able to buy a flat. I was at not a reasonable price, but reasonable now, but not reasonable back then. And so it's just one of those things. But I mean, I'm driving a very old car. But yeah, to afford a house these days, I can't see how you can afford it on one wage. You would have to have one hell of a wage in order to afford, like, you do you know, and I'm not even talking about a big house, just a normal, maybe 1 or 2 bedroom. You would still, and one bedroom places are more expensive because they're more sought after. I don't know why, but 1 bedroom places tend to be can be more expensive than other, like, 2 bedroom houses and stuff. I don't know why they're so sought after, but they really are.
Sam said the box is covered in fabric. So going back to her jewelry box, in fabric with a Ouija board print and a cool bat. It's not a working board, but I do have one. Why doesn't that surprise me? I thought you might have a working Ouija board.
Yeah.
Have you used it? Or if you're willing to share it, are you? And when you've used it, has anything weird happened?
Oh no.
I can imagine. Funny enough, I tell you what. When I was at university, some of the guys actually used a Ouija board, and they said the glass kept moving, and so one guy just picked up and smashed it, and they also left.
They're not supposed to pick it up, but yeah, that's what I heard back then.
He got really freaked out and smashed it.
Yeah.
Richard said, I did 10 haunted locations in London on Halloween. I do remember I remember the rail walk. So Richard walked down an old abandoned rail walk. That was quite interesting. I enjoyed that one. And I remember the Epping Forest one you did. That was quite interesting. Charlie said the Farmhouse Inn Carvery Pub does beef dripping potatoes. Tell everybody about the best Yorkshire puddings you ever had.
Right. So at the time my mum was with my stepdad at the time, and we went. They come from up north, and at the time they lived in Bridlington, and it was my stepdad's sister. And we sort of were there at the time. Now we did have Yorkshire puddings, but we would normally have like Aunt Bessie's or something like that. And his sister made Yorkshire puddings from scratch. And to this day, they are still the best Yorkshire puddings I've ever had.
Yeah, and why do you think that is?
You think it is. I don't know.
I think it's because she used beef dripping in it, and I think that's why I went on to that point about the beef dripping ones.
I'm not so sure, but I can tell you because I can't even remember if we had roast beef.
Apparently, that's how Yorkshire puddings were first invented. So they used to actually hang the beef over fire.
Right.
And then, of course, I think somebody had left some batter by the fire. And then, of course, the beef dripping had dropped into it. So that's the hot fat. And they rose up like a Yorkshire pudding and they ate it with the beef.
Right.
As the mistake. They tried the batter and then that's where it came from. Sam said, I don't like the bones in chops, but they were so tender. I just flash fry them for about 2 minutes. So this is Sam's guidance for the perfect chop. So you flash fry the chops for 2 minutes each side and made a salad with fresh onions, pickled red cabbage, fresh parsley, iceberg, cucumbers, and tomato and coleslaw.
Not iceberg lettuce and not the cucumbers.
Cucumbers
don't. Sorry, iceberg lettuce doesn't agree with me. I don't know why, but I can't process it. It repeats on me and everything. I don't know why. But cucumbers, they're so strong. They take over everything.
Oh, I love cucumbers.
Yeah, they take over. That's why people put it in water to flavor it. Like a lot of people go, oh yeah, but cucumber just tastes like water. No, it doesn't, because otherwise people wouldn't add it to water. There's a flavor, and it's very strong.
Oh, this one as well. When we have afternoon tea, there's always invariably they'll always have cucumber sandwiches, and Kelly's picking them out. Doesn't like. Oh, you can have my cucumber ones. I don't like them. That's why when we did the patisserie Valerie. So, of course, normally when you go to something like Fortnum's, the cucumber slices are wafer thin.
These are like chunks.
There's massive, great wedges of cucumber in patisserie Valerie. Absolutely huge.
And I was just like...
Yeah, I know, you didn't like it at all. Here's one. We've been challenged.
Oh.
We've been challenged. So Richard said, I got a food challenge for you. Try the hottest Korean noodles on Alive. So...
I don't even know where to begin or where I would get that.
Right, okay. I'm going to Google this in a bit and see what's near us. All right, we will have a look at that. We will try a live challenge. We've never done a food live challenge. We've done food reviews.
Yeah.
But we've never done a food live challenge.
Because, I like a challenge. I never really bought into the challenges, I guess.
Oh, this is interesting. So Sam said with Yorkshire puddings, it's best to make the batter the night before, or at least a few hours before cooking. I have heard that because it helps the batter settle. But don't you find though that obviously because you've got the flour then all settles to the bottom of the batter? Do you find that happens? Because obviously by the hours that it's gone into. Richard said my niece has tried the hottest Korean noodles. It can be done. Right, let's have a little look for hot noodles there. But I didn't know that about the batter part.
Yeah, I know you rest when you do it. You rest it for about 15 minutes.
But I only do it for 15 minutes. I rest mine when I
Yeah,
bake them.
yeah. Yeah, I never really bought much into food challenges, I guess. So that's why I've never done it. But I know that Richard would like to join us for carvery. So Richard has said he's up for doing the carvery. He didn't realise that the carvery had so much choice.
Good. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you enjoyed that video. Sorry, you were saying.
So it just shows you, and that was in a weekday because on some days they have sweet corn, and I'm like, yes, I don't know what those days are. But some days they have sweet corn, and then on Sundays they have lamb. But yeah, when we get the Too Good to Goes, they'll have like sometimes we'll have sweet corn in it and mac and cheese and all of that type of stuff. Yeah. What was it?
Leicester Square Soul Plaza as the noodles.
Oh, okay. So we'll go one day with you, Richard, and then Mark can try them.
So what I'm doing now, I'm just having a look on Just Eat to see what's near us that we could potentially.
No, because we could try.
No, we can't do in Leicester Square from the live, can we? The challenge was, I got a food challenge for you: the hottest Korean noodles on a live.
We can do a live.
What, from Leicester Square?
Yeah.
All right, let me just have a look.
We could do a live and do it from there and see how it goes. That's what I think. You've always wanted to do one on location.
I do. I really want to do one on location. I'm just having a look. Right, there are some Korean restaurants near us.
But will they do the hottest noodles? That's the point, right? The hottest noodles.
Right, I'm looking at the best rated one.
And I don't think that a local one will do the hottest noodles, but Mark's going to check it out anyway. So let me tell you a little bit about this screen. So basically, I got given a monitor, and I was just like, right, okay. But I didn't realize I quite like it. I feel like because the camera is a lot higher as well, it gives a better perspective. I don't know. You guys will have to let us know. Do you prefer this perspective of us than when it's lower down? But I don't know. Me personally, I quite like it, and I've we've got a keyboard, so I've got like this keyboard, and then I have this mouse, and so it's just it. Yeah, I've never worked with a monitor before. Like I've seen a lot of people have monitors. I didn't know what they use it for, but yeah, now I can see how it sort of betters the experience, if that makes sense.
Sam said, so going back to the batters, the Yorkshire pudding batter, the batter will settle, but just give it a wiggle if you can. I assume you mean the batter. Richard said it's times 2 the hot packet. I've tried it. It's a painful one. It's one you make at home.
Oh, okay.
All right. Richard said the video is coming across clear. Now, what's interesting is when I scan Just Eat, they don't you can't select the heat of the dish. It will warn you if it's spicy, but it just says spicy, but it doesn't.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why you were looking for it.
It just doesn't, because I wanted to, and it was a challenge.
No, but it's not gonna. There's not gonna be a restaurant in the area that does these challenges.
You don't know unless you look. So
I would have heard about it.
Anyway, so yeah, they don't do a challenge per se, but they just say spicy. So we'll have a little look at that. It might be the fact that.
Well, we could just get Richard's packet and then we can try.
Oh right, so you've actually added this packet, I take it.
Yeah, he said it's a packet and you buy it and you make it at home.
Oh, okay.
So when we're next in Leicester Square, we can pick a packet up.
You can only buy the crazy farm noodles and make it at home. Right. So yeah, well, it makes sense. And if that's the case, then we would have to do it on the live.
Yeah, then we could we could do it on a live.
Right, let's have a little look then. So I'll have a little Google then for this crazy fire noodle packet.
So while he's doing that again, so what do you think of the perspective? Let me know what you think of the perspective of the screen. But I quite like it. It took me a little while to get used to because we had to buy a HDMI cable to plug into the laptop. And then I had to adjust the color because I realized that the color was always dark. and it wasn't. So I went. So we have like a webcam, and I went into the webcam settings and I adjusted the color palette because I was just wondering why, you know, we were always coming out dark and stuff like that, or the lighting wasn't correct and all of that type of stuff. So now that I've adjusted it, I'm wondering, is now the color better? Is the angle better? What is your experience? I guess we're always trying to enhance experiences, so I just want to know what you guys think.
I'm not sure because basically every time I'm looking
you're not looking it up because you're looking at
no
the tablet.
Comments are here and the camera's up here, so I do wonder if it's that, but I'd be interested to see what people say. Sam said, I've got the PC wired up, my big 50-inch TV, and you both look fab, and Richard is right, very clear. Oh, that's cool.
That's good.
We're coming on loud and clear. Richard said the lighting and setup is clear. That's good.
Good.
Right, good, it sounds like people prefer this.
Yeah.
Right, now, are you sure you want to do this challenge? So according to this, 1 pack of Samyang crazy spicy hot chicken noodles, there is a vegetarian version as well, is the world's hottest noodles.
I already said I wasn't doing the challenge. You said you're doing the challenge.
So, you know, you've got to do it with me. The challenge has been set. Are you going to deny your...
First of all, why would I destroy my taste buds or my stomach lining? This doesn't make any sense to me.
It does say here, it can affect your heart and it can affect your... what else is it? I lost it here again. That's annoying.
This is the thing. I don't want to destroy any taste buds. I actually like tasting my food. And I don't want to destroy any stomach lining because, well, I quite like my stomach lining.
It might affect your stomach lining. But apart from that, it's for the life.
This is what I don't know why he's got his tablet out and researching all of this, but because we could have done it after the live and then say, oh yeah, this is what we're going to do.
No, this is all part of it. This is why I have the tablet with me. If anybody wants me to research anything, check anything, we've got it right here. But yeah, so carvery. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We really wanted to. I know we've done many carvery videos before, but this one is slightly different in the sense we wanted to show you what a carvery was like during midweek. Now, the carveries that we've done before, apart from the breakfast, well, actually, the breakfast is weekend, have all been the weekend. They've either been the Saturday or the Sunday. So we definitely wanted to show you guys what it was like to go midweek. Now, you could see when I pan around the restaurant how empty it is. I've got to say, it was absolutely fantastic to go when it's really, really quiet.
Yeah.
You just basically, there's no queue, you walk straight up. I mean, you walk pretty much right in straight away.
Yeah.
But the choice was fantastic. So Sam said I would eat them, lol, but I always find the hottest stuff isn't hot enough or it's just yucky. I think, to be honest with you, when it's really, really hot, it doesn't add to the flavour. It's just there for
it's just there for the heat. Yeah. I am very much like, don't get me wrong, I like spice and stuff like that, but I don't like doing anything that might disrupt anything, if that makes sense. So I don't like anything that's just going to disrupt anything. But Marcus for sure wants to try it, so I'm going to leave him to do that challenge.
Risha said the pasta surprised me. Yeah, so the mac and cheese. Because if you think about it, traditionally for a roast dinner, you wouldn't have mac and cheese. I've never, ever, ever had mac and cheese normally with a roast dinner.
Oh, that's very American. Yeah.
But I've got to say, it goes so well with the roast.
Yeah.
It's really, their mac and cheese, and I said it in the video, for a cheapie, it's very, very good. It's a very good quality mac and cheese. One of the best I've had, actually, and I've eaten some pretty good ones. And also, like I say, it's unlimited. You can have as much as you like. I could go there just for a plate of mac and cheese.
Really?
I could go there for a plate. I wouldn't, because you've got all the other options in there, but I could go for a plate of just mac and cheese.
I like the stuffing, but I only like the I don't like mushy stuffing, so I like the crusty bits of the stuffing. The roast potatoes are really good. Mashed potatoes really good. The thing is, there's lots of elements that's really good, but I can't eat all of it. Touche.
You knew we were talking about the roast. Did someone say roast?
Someone did say
We did
roast.
think of you, Touche, actually, when we were doing it, because I know you're a frequenter of the carvery.
Touche also commented, which I haven't been able to answer yet. She loved the intro to the carvery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sam said Toby needs to add my cheesy bread sauce to their menu.
There was a bread sauce, but you called it horseradish sauce.
Oh, was it bread sauce?
But I think it was bread sauce.
Oh, I may have got that wrong. So it was a bread sauce. Apologies for that error. But
I believe it was bread sauce.
They do bread sauce. Their bread sauce is okay. But of course, I don't eat the meats because all these accompaniments. So obviously the applesauce is for the pork, which they didn't have that time.
Yeah, they did. You put it on your plate.
What, pork?
No, the applesauce.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Oh, the pork. Yeah, sorry. No, but they had gammon.
Oh,
so they
true.
probably thought the applesauce for the gammon.
But of course, and then they had. I thought it was horseradish. These are all to go with the meats, but I do like it with my carvery anyway.
Yeah.
But what do you do for your bread sauce? Are you just making bread sauce and then adding cheese? So from memory, my mum used to make bread sauce. What she used to do, she used to get an onion, pierce it with cloves, and then put that in milk. Then boil that so it takes the flavour of the cloves and the onion. And then you add breadcrumb, and then you just mix that in, and that makes the bread sauce. And then you add the bread sauce to your meats.
Oh, you had me until you said cloves. Oh, I hate cloves. The pungent. I don't know what it is about cloves, but it must have been a trauma from when I was a child. Because it really brings back horrible memories.
Well,
it must be something that must have happened to me.
Do you know what probably happens is probably you ate one. The idea is you'd use it to flavour. You're not supposed to eat them. It just flavours the stuff. I reckon one probably fell out and you ate it. If you bit into a clove, it's so powerful. It's so strong.
I can't take the smell. I remember I had a toothache once, and then somebody said, "Oh yeah, you should get some echinacea." And I got some echinacea. I put it on. I was like, "Oh my!" It was very traumatic. And ever since then, I have never, ever, ever gotten it again.
What was I going to say? Oh, even though carvery was delicious either. However, it wasn't a Toby. Oh, did you go to a local one, or is it a different chain?
Who's this?
Touche.
There's somebody at the door.
Right. Richard said it's not mac and cheese, it's penne e quattro formaggi.
It's not, it's only quattro formaggio if there's 4 cheeses, which is what quattro formaggio means. And I doubt at carvery they're putting any 4 cheeses. Therefore, it's mac and cheese. It's mac and cheese. It will only be quattro formaggio if there's 4 cheeses in the pasta. And not every pasta has 4 cheeses, therefore it cannot be called quattro formaggio because quattro formaggio means 4 cheeses. Therefore, if it's not 4 cheeses, it would be mac and cheese. No, Kelly, I disagree. But what do you mean you disagree? Quattro formaggio is 4. It literally means 4 cheese. Quattro is 4, and formaggio is cheese. So quattro formaggio, 4 cheese, is a 4 cheese pasta. It's local to us. It's called Roastery. Oh, Farm Carvery. They also do an ice cream bar and a cake away. Ooh. When I was saying ooh, I was like, ooh, yeah.
Yeah, unless, could you call it quattro formaggio if you just do 4 times the cheese?
No. Because quattro formaggio is 4 cheeses. That's what it means.
So, cake away. I like the sound of that. Don't cake away my takeaway.
No matter. It was said by my Italian family. Yeah, it like I said, mac and cheese would be mac and cheese. But if it's quattro formaggio, then you will be right. But you can't call something that doesn't have 4 cheeses in it quattro formaggio because there's no 4 cheeses.
Sam said, one of my sons put clove oil in his bath. Oh, it was, oh my God, that must have stung. It wasn't good. He came out like a lobster and not because the water was hot.
Oh,
I was going to say that would really sting. No matter, says Richard, it was said by my Italian family.
Yeah. No, but your Italian family would be right because in Italy, I would imagine it's 4 cheeses. However, if it's here or anywhere else, or even in Italy, if it was in Italy and it was 2 cheeses, it wouldn't be quattro formaggio.
Right, here's one for you guys. Tushi said, cheers, friends. Richard said, American food. Laughing emoji.
It's so true.
So Kenny and I occasionally watch an American couple on YouTube. And they had British friends come over to cook them a Sunday roast.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let me finish. Anyway, well, it was more of a Christmas dinner, but they did a Christmas dinner stroke Sunday roast.
Yeah.
And what they did is they did the usuals you would have, the pork, gammon, whatever, had the meats as well. And they did roast potatoes, and then they did peas, and then they did carrots, and then they did mashed potato. But they also added mushy peas. So would you guys have mushy peas with your roast? And if not, would you consider it? Right, that's the question. So A, would you have it? 2, would you consider it and having it? 3, the last question is there anything unusual you add to your roast dinner? Now, I know some people, Richard pointed out, some people would see mac and cheese as a bit of an unusual accompaniment to a roast dinner. So is there something unusual that you add to your roast dinner when you have it?
I think, like, I don't like mushy peas anyway. But why on earth did they add mushy peas? And they were both, as a couple, were hesitant whether to try it or not. They really didn't know how it would be. So they were both, I'm going to open some crisps because I'm hungry. And I've got the fabulous Sainsbury's onion rings.
Sam said USA barbecue looks amazing though. Do you know what? USA barbecue is absolutely fantastic. Right, there were some YouTubers I watched. If you're interested, I just got to remember the name of them. I think they're called Pit Boys, but I'm just going to double check.
I mean, I love going to the States anyway. I love traveling. Of course, I've traveled to many different places. Italy being one of them. And my friend at the time, she took me to this pizza place, and it was amazing. The pizza was really, really nice. And then we went to.
Sorry, let me just quickly do this because I was just going to do this. And so it's called Barbecue Pit Boys. If you're interested, they do loads and loads of different recipes, and they barbecue. They even barbecued an entire alligator. So they're based in the United States, but they're Hell's Angels type things, and they do on their barbecue pits.
That
so
sounds like the hairy bikers.
Yeah, no, this is a more extreme.
No, but what I mean, yeah.
My favourite one is they do beer can burgers, and what they do is they mould the patty around a beer can, and then of course it's like a cup. Then they cook that, but they put stuff in it like cheese and stuff in the middle, so it all cooks in. Right. Richard said peas are required taste. Oh my god! Every roast potato needs applesauce, cranberry sauce, onions, and loads of horseradish. So that's Richard's.
For me, cranberry sauce all the way. I love my cranberry sauce. Ooh.
Sam said, yes, I would have done mushy peas with my roast dinner, but never tinned. Must be homemade with sugar. I like them sweet. Oh, that's interesting.
It's so interesting. I've never ever heard of mushy peas with a roast dinner. Do you come from a different part of the UK originally, Sam? So, like,
are you always a West Country girl?
Because I'm wondering if it's a specific side of the country that does mushy peas with their roast.
Well, no, I don't think so. Because no, Sam's not saying she does it with the roast. What she's saying is, as well, she makes her own mushy peas.
Oh.
Two said, "Ooh, tell us more, Mark. Yes, the mushy peas over normal peas, like the crunchy spud bits. Also, a mushy roaster at the bottom of the pan. Oh, so with the mushy peas, he just added them in. I'm not sure where they were from in England, the British couple.
Yeah.
But they added roasted. But one thing that I think I've told you guys this before, but my local fish and chip shop, when I was back in the West Country, this is back in Wiltshire, they used to do mushy pea fritters. So the mushy peas were a bit drier than normal. You can't have them sloppy, otherwise they won't deep fat fry. So they would crush them up almost in like a cube, and they would dip those in batter and dip them in the deep fat fryer. Right, and then that would cook. But I tell you, they were delicious. Mushy peas coated in batter is absolutely
do you know
amazing.
what? I could see how that would be good. But mushy peas in general, no. But I could see how a frittered, but not in a square. I would like it flat, not a square.
No. Sam said, pea and mascarpone risotto is lush. Oh, that would be your thing, risotto.
Mascarpone.
That would be your thing.
I love a risotto.
How do you make your mushy peas, by the way, Sam? Just out of interest, because if you do yours homemade, if you don't mind sharing the recipe. Richard said, "I'm not a fan of bread sauce in a carvery."
Yeah.
Bread sauce is very processed in a carvery.
I don't like.
My mum home makes it.
I only like cranberry. That's pretty much. And I don't like the ocean spray one. That's just so tart. But the one that the carvery do is always nice. I wonder where they get it from. I doubt they make it in house.
Sam said, "Kelly, try red currant jelly. It's even better than cranberry." There you are. Sam said, so Richard said, "Have you tried Monster Munch?" Of course. Who has not had Monster Munch? What's your favourite version? For me, it's the pickled onion. That is the best one.
The beef. That's the best one. The beef.
Oh, Sam said, "I was born in Surrey, but my mum and nan were very, very, very Cornish, and my dad was Scottish."
So, do you add mushy? So, I suppose my question is: do you add mushy peas to your roast dinner?
No, she said she doesn't. But
you don't. But you like mushy peas. Is what I'm saying.
No one adds mushy peas to it. I was just wondering if they did.
Right.
Touche said mushy pea fritter, but it's got to be thick mushy peas. Can't stand running. But no, this is obviously that's how you would do it. But honestly, Touche, do you know what it is as well? It's only my local fish and chip shop in my hometown that I've ever seen do it. I've never seen another fish and chip shop do it. I've seen fish and chip shops do various deep battered things.
Yeah, like Spam and things like that.
Yeah, Spam, obviously the usual, which is battered sausage. But I've never seen a mushy pea fritter anywhere else. But it is delicious.
I can imagine that would be good. I don't like mushy peas.
Delicious.
But I can imagine that would be good.
The closest thing I've had to it is that M&S do a fish cake. So it's one of the big thick fish cakes. And they do cod and mushy pea, and that's in a batter. Yes, so that's the closest thing I've had to it, but there's no other place that's done it. Here you go. You've got a question for you.
Oh.
Richard asked, "Kelly, have you had a sweet? Have you a sweet taste in food? Marks my vibe as sour and bitter. So, do you have a sweet taste for food? Do you prefer sweet over savoury, or do you prefer sweet over sour?"
No, he's asking, do I like sweet, savoury food?
No, do you have a sweet taste in foods?
Yeah, I have a sweet taste in food, for sure. I'm not like you and Mark, that you like the bitter and the sour.
Oh, I like the bitter and the sour. Yeah, Richard's up my street. That's what I would like.
Not like that. But like I like honeyed roast potatoes or honey roast ham or that type of thing, or honey toast. Yeah. So I like sweet things. So I do like sweet and salt, like pancakes with maple syrup and bacon. That's amazing to me. Or caramelized onion sausages, that sort of thing.
Right. So Sam said, I just do what it says on the packet. Oh, I see you use packet words. I was thinking that you might actually boil your own mushy peas and do it. Gordon Ramsay boils his own mushy peas. He mushes them up, adds mint, butter, shallots, and a few other bits and bobs as well. But it says it's really nice if you do it that way. But you use the packet words, but you add sugar. That's interesting. Richard said, Kelly snacking. I am one of these. Right. Sam said, I have added mushy peas to... Oh, I haven't. Sorry, Sam. I thought you said you hadn't. So Sam has added mushy peas to roast.
Right. So is that a Cornish thing? Or is it a Surrey thing or something like that? I don't know where...
Surrey thing.
Yeah, because I don't know in Surrey what they do.
Well, they're very posh in Surrey.
Well, I know they're very
Sam's posh.
Well, obviously. But I don't know where these guys were from, what part of the UK they were from to be adding mushy peas to a roast. So I'm wondering in what part of the UK, including Surrey, which is, past Croydon, obviously.
Yeah.
In what part of Surrey or the UK, if they add mushy peas to their roast?
So to ask you a question, Kel, babes, what is your choice of snack? Now, Kelly's really into these. I'm going to get her some more, actually. I'm going to pop to Sainsbury's. These are Sainsbury's own. We've recommended these before, but these are very, very tasty. These are some of the best onion rings we've actually had. So they're Sainsbury's own. That's what the packet looks like. Definitely recommend these. Very, very good.
What is my snack of choice? My snack of choice will probably be crisps. But I mean, look what we've got here.
Oh my God, you're going to see how bad we are. Look at the snacks. So this is Rocky Road.
Yeah.
I know everybody knows Rocky Road, but just for anybody who's not familiar, Rocky Road has pieces of marshmallow in them. So they're...
And raisins and things like that. So...
There you go. So they're almost like... Remember the old Rice Krispie, chocolate Rice Krispies?
And I love them. They're so good. Right, so there was a place that I went to, and somebody brought them in. And I was just like, oh...
Please be veggie friendly. Please be veggie friendly. Please be veggie friendly.
Please don't be veggie friendly. Please don't be veggie friendly. Please.
I don't think they are.
Because I won't have any. Because this one. But when he brought them in and I tried them, they were so tasty. I thought, do you know what? I must get myself some.
Not suitable for nut allergies.
It would say vegetarian on the front.
No, it would do. I don't think they are. I think it's because it's got the marshmallow in them. Pork gelatin. Best. Oh, here you go. Sam said. Where were we? Oh, Richard said Hastings is famous for their mushy peas. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's what the Battle of Hastings was over. Mushy peas. Sam said the best roast beef with sauce. Add a bottle of red wine and a few jars of cranberry or red currant sauce to the roasting dish, and it's delicious.
The only thing is, red wine doesn't agree with me.
Well, you could use something else, I suppose, instead. If you're adding red currant jelly, so you could actually probably use water and gravy granules to add to the almost create like that jus.
I understand why people use red wine, but for some reason, anytime I've eaten anything that's been braised in red wine or contains red wine, there's certain things that just doesn't agree with me. Certain oils.
Sam said, I don't think I'm posh. Oh, sorry, Sam. Do you know what? I shouldn't say that because I know some people take offense to it. I was only messing with you.
People say I'm posh, but I'm like, yeah.
It's because you said sorry.
Or some people say I'm bougie, and I accept it. I'm like, yeah.
Richard said, Richard, I wanted to pick your brains on this. Richard said, in my area, pie and mash is a tradition. Also, Southend-on-Sea hold the best ice cream in Essex.
Oh, wow.
Now, the reason I wanted to pick your brains on this is, so Kelly and I... When we did the Old Chang-Kee video, you might have seen our video in Old Chang-Kee. Opposite Old Chang-Kee is a pie and mash place. So this is just off Covent Garden.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get if we were to review a pie and mash, where would the best pie and mash place be for us to review?
In central London rather than off of central
London. I'm just wondering as well, or one you'd recommend, because I think we would probably try and do one in central London, but the best places I did wonder would be sort of locally to you.
Yeah, I would imagine they would not be in central London.
Well, in the East End, I was thinking. Touche. Good choice. Love a snack. What's your... So going back to everybody else, what is your go-to snack?
Yeah.
What recommendations would you have for us? If Penny and I were to say to you, right, guys, recommend us some snacks, what would you recommend? What's your favourite? What do you have in the cupboard? What do you treat yourselves to?
If we're watching a film, I like popcorn and I like crisps. And sometimes chocolate, but it depends. But do you know what I got in the cupboard the other day? Viscounts.
Oh my God.
They're in the cupboard. I've got Viscounts.
No.
Mint Viscounts. I used to love those. They're in the cupboard.
They just remind me of toothpaste and chocolate. Richard said, my snacks are peaches. Oh, Richard. Well, I know peaches are nice, but...
It's not a snack.
Yeah, I was going to say, what about think unhealthy. What unhealthy snack would you recommend?
It's like when my sister-in-law, and she put on WhatsApp, she was snacking on broccoli and cauliflower. The whole family the whole cousin slated to go, don't ever put this on WhatsApp again. It was so funny. Like my cousin's going, that's not a snack. Don't ever put that on WhatsApp again. It's not a snack.
Two said, 1 to Kelly. Yeah, exactly. 1-0 to Kelly because I can't eat these. Sam said, I would love to own my own pie and mash place. Oh, really? Would you? Do you know what? It's very interesting watching pie and mash places eat as well. They have vinegar with it, and I've never had a pie and mash because they do vegan pie and mashes, but they're made to order.
Ah.
So when we review one, I'll have the vegan one.
Right.
You can have the pie and mash. Richard said, this is interesting. Greenwich holds the best pie and mash. Yes, they do vegetarian as well. Always a queue.
Do you mean the one in the sort of the market bit?
We'll have to have a little look at that.
I think I know what you mean.
Greenwich is not too far from the O2, so we were there. Yeah, so
I think I know what you mean.
Sam said, I make a lovely pie with chicken and smoked bacon and cheese sauce. That will be up your street. That will be really up. Have you tried What's Its Crunch? Is that the big ones? We've tried the big packets of What's Its. We've got some in the cupboard.
In the cupboard, yeah.
We're really bad with our snacks, as you can tell. Sam said poppadoms are a good snack. I do love poppadoms.
We get the small ones, but you know the other thing that I like prawn crackers. I like prawn crackers.
Tanika, hi!
Hey, Tanika!
How are you? You okay?
I hope you're well.
Tanika said, evening guys, hope you are well. Join during the pie and mash topic. I have heard great things about Marjay's in Croydon Box Park, excuse me. They do Caribbean pies, such as curry goat or oxtail pie and mash.
I probably would try the curry goat. I'm not sure about the oxtail. Does the oxtail still have the bone in it?
Oh, excuse sorry, that went down the wrong way. Thank you, Tanika, for that comment. That's really useful to know. So that's Marjay's in Croydon Box Park.
I know the box park. I've not gone into the actual box park though. Because I'm normally, whenever I'm in Croydon, I'm always passing through. My aunt lives in Croydon.
Yeah.
But whenever I'm going Croydon, I'm always passing through. I'm always on my way to Brighton or the airport or to see my aunt. Yeah. I can't remember the last time I actually stopped in Croydon. Sometimes we're on our way to see your brother or whatever.
But that's absolutely fascinating. They do a Caribbean and East End fusion. That's so interesting. Thanks, Tanika. We will definitely take a look at that. I also, as well, Tanika, we did upload the Park Row video. I don't know if you've got to see it, but I wondered if you that would pique your interest as well. So that was the Batman themed restaurant that we'd uploaded.
You don't have to go for a set menu, by the way. They have a la carte and all that, but it might be one you might want to look into.
Touche said, I love poppadoms, Sam. The best thing about poppadoms is all the little sauces that come with it. Yogurt sauce.
Yeah, the mint writer. The mint writer is my favourite.
No, my favourite is mango chutney. You cannot beat mango chutney.
I like the mango chutney, but the mint writer. It's all about the mint writer.
Richard says snacks are so called if it's not part of breakfast, lunch, or dinner time. But what happens if you have it as a substitute for breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Sam said, when you roast a chicken, put lots of garlic cloves under it, then add to the mash. It's yummy. It's like a slice of fresh lemon and out under the chicken too. Do you know what? That's what I used to do.
I add garlic to my mash.
So when I've done cooked chicken, even though I don't eat it, you separate, where you've got the chicken breast, you separate the chicken skin from the breast. And I shove loads of butter in there, but I mash up loads of crushed garlic in with the butter and then put that in under there. And then put, like you say, put a lemon in the cavity just to give it taste.
Yeah.
Sam said, yes, touche. That's yes for the poppadom.
Yeah.
Tanika said, one of my favourite snacks is Cheetos Flaming Hot. I ate 4 bags one night, back to back. Oh my God.
Mark would look at me going, what?
4 bags.
But to be fair, Mark could eat 4 bags.
I could do. Actually, why not?
You wouldn't, but you could.
Do you know what, Tanika? There's when you get, I unconsciously eat, which is not a bad thing. Let's imagine I was eating this, I would just be doing this on the live, and I would just keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. And I don't stop because my brain tells me to stop or my stomach tells me to stop. I stop because the bag's empty.
Yeah.
But if there's another bag going, I would just keep going.
And he never eats just like one. Like with me, I'll eat one at a time. Mark all has to eat like 5 or 6 or whatever, and it's like this.
But that's what they're there for.
No, it's there if you ate one at a time like a normal person.
Tanika said you have 4 bags. That's what they're there for.
Yeah, but you
keep
just
going.
eat them.
You keep going until you run out. That's the whole point. Right. I shouldn't have eaten that before I read this. Right. Richard said, if you eat... No, I've done that one. No, Tushi said, what's its crunch are like thick knickknacks. I don't think we've had them. Are they good?
No.
Would you recommend them?
Oh, I might have had them once. Oh no, maybe it's knickknacks I had. No, it was knickknacks I had. Not the what's his crunch.
Oh no, Tanika said no, they are boneless, the oxtail. So these pies are boneless. Well, it makes sense as well, because they... Oh, sorry, that's my phone. I will...
Now, Mark's always telling me off, going, oh, yeah, your phone's always going through the line.
You know what, I've turned it off. I will phone that person back later on. No, they are boneless. They also do ackee and saltfish pie. I like ackee.
I'm not sure on that. What I would like...
Oh, hang on. Chickpea curry pie, which is what I would definitely have, as well as jerk chicken ones.
Ooh, the jerk chicken one I would go for. You know what one? A good Jamaican patty. I haven't had a good Jamaican patty for years. Years and years and years and years. The last time... Oh, God. Would have been years ago. I can't even... Yeah.
Hi, Alicia. You're all right?
Hey, Nish.
Alicia might like this. So there's a place in Croydon that does ackee and saltfish pie, chickpea curry pie, oxtail pie. What was the other one? Jerk chicken pie. And I've forgotten the other
Alicia would like the oxtail one.
What was the other pie? Let me just have a quick look. I'm just going...
Curry goat.
Curry goat pie.
But Alicia does oxtail and she also does curry goat.
Yeah, in a pie. Yes, you heard it, in a pie. What was I going to say? Oh, Tanika said she will check out the video after the live. I don't know why, when we were filming it, we were thinking of you. I think Kenny and I looked at it. I was like, oh, Tanika would like this.
You know why? Because it's like a Gatsby speak easy type place.
You just came to mind. Rich has said the problem is doing 5 a day is a challenge. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
What? Tanika did 4 in a day. Oh, you mean 5 of your 5 days? Get it. I'm not joking. Yeah, doing 5 of your 5 a day is difficult. Yes, Tanika, that's my girl. Says Tushi. That's about having the bags of crisps. Tanika said, not the massive bags, by the way, lol. The normal size ones. But even so, it was like, I thought you meant the big bag ones. I was like, blimey. Like, I thought you meant this size. I was like, wow, go Tanika. Tushi said, highly recommended. They are my weakness. So a lot of people like in the Cheetos Flaming Hot.
Yeah.
Sam said, if you put lemon slices under the chicken, they caramelize, so it's much better than you just squeeze the juice over the meat.
That's what I do when I do a salmon for Mark, and then I put it on a bed of... So I'll do a marinade, and then I put the lemon slices down, and then I lay the salmon side, or the salmon joint, on the lemons. And then I roast them.
Where were we? Alicia said, but in a pie. Yeah, a pie. No, thank you for the tip, Sam. That was really helpful.
Sometimes Alicia, when she hears something strange, it's like,
just try it. Just try it.
That's how she is.
That's what Kelly says to her. Just try it.
Let's try it.
Just
try it. For God's sake, just try it.
Richard said, chocolate is counted as one of your 5 a day as long as the bar's over 70% cocoa. Is that right? Is that true?
I could imagine that it would be. I wouldn't eat it as part of my 5 a day, but I can imagine that's true.
But why is it in a pie? I don't know how I feel about that. Just try it, Lisa. Just try it. Just try it. I don't know, actually. I think you could pie a lot of things.
I don't know. I miss my Jamaican patties, like good ones.
The weirdest thing I ever heard was my friend Andy went to the Edinburgh Film Festival. So obviously this is in Scotland. And they had in the local chip shop a macaroni cheese pie, which, as you can imagine it, was macaroni cheese in a pie. So they actually baked the macaroni cheese in the pie crust and had it. And he said it was amazing, but it was such a carb thing. But macaroni cheese pie. Richard said you cannot beat a slice of cake. So that would be your snacky food. Would you have it in a pie?
Snacks for me, yeah, for me, they're more like crisps or popcorn or something like that. But I love cake. I love biscuits. Um, yeah, I'll reach over for a biscuit. But I don't know why in my head I don't consider them snacks. When I say to Mark, oh, like I'd like a snack, he'll automatically go to the cupboard that I know that we consider the snack cupboard, and he'll choose a snack from there. He never goes say, oh, biscuits or something like that. He never sort of thinks in the same as me.
I'm right here. Right. Yeah. Alicia said, I don't know why they're messing with my country's food. But do you know what?
But they are Jamaican. It's a Jamaican place.
But also, it's a fusion. Remember, so it's a English Jamaican fusion. That's what you're having the.
I don't know if it's an English Jamaican.
Well, it is.
Pie's Jamaican.
Pie's an English thing, isn't it? So you're doing a fusion. Sam said, "Have you tried golden syrup cake?" I've had. Do you know what you love is sponge pudding. So the pudding's delicious, but I've not had golden syrup sponge cake.
But I've seen the Tate and Lyle do one.
Oh, do they? I've not. Yeah. Is it good, Sam? We've tried the syrup sponge pudding, but I've never had syrup sponge cake. Alicia said, yes, Kel, a good patty. They don't make them like that anymore.
Yeah.
What's the Jamaican place? So do you know where we went to for Old Chanky?
That is not real. It's not real.
What's the name of that place though that sells them? It's a Jamaican place. It's got Jamaican colours. It's black and
it's black inside. I don't know what they call it, but
green.
I've had it in there before. It's not proper.
Oh, okay.
The lady in there, I think she's toned it to a more westernized taste rather than because the lady I can tell she probably does do a normal proper one. But yeah, they sort of tailored it. But I think they should go back to their own recipe. I think she would get more because really nice place, really nice. It's clean. It's everything. I went in there. I was just like, oh, let me try Jamaican mate.
No,
it wasn't Jamaican mate.
Right, so I'm going to mix the comments up a little bit because Tanika's asked, what new pie would you invent? Ooh. So what pie would you guys invent? Now, the reason why I read Tanika's first is Tush actually came up with an idea before Tanika asked it, was she would have a mushy pea pie. I would eat a mushy pea pie. For sure, I would eat a mushy pea pie. But what I would do, Tanika, for my thing is I would include some of my favourite foods in the pie. Now, I wouldn't put fish and chips in a pie because that would be just too much. But I would think I would have a curry in a pie. A pizza in a pie would be a bit too much.
Well, that's a calzone.
Yeah, but I would probably do something like a curry in a pie. I think that would be my thing. What would yours be?
I don't know.
Alicia went,
would I do a roast in a pie?
Would that work? So guys, throw it out there. Tanika's idea, what would you have as your ultimate pie? If you were to invent a new pie, what would be in your filling? Doesn't have to be, I'm doing savoury. It doesn't have to be savoury.
I think a roast would work.
A roast in a pie?
Like if you did 3 meats.
Oh, I tell you what you could do. So rather than the pastry case, you could have the case could be Yorkshire pudding. So you'd wrap it in a Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah, but I've seen the Yorkshire pudding wraps, right?
Right, I'm copywriting this idea.
No, they already do it.
Not as a pie, that's a wrap. This is a pie.
Well, how would you do it as a pie then?
Yorkshire pudding pie. So the batters that together. Yes,
that's not going to work.
I've just copyrighted it. So you can have it.
I wouldn't want it, but I would do a roast dinner in a pie.
Right.
That would work.
Tush said, oh my God, Tush said, my sister-in-law enjoys a mushy pea sandwich. I would probably have that. I just wouldn't admit it. But that does sound amazing. Richard said cherry tomatoes make a good snack. Richard has cherry, correct me if I'm wrong, you have cherry tomatoes with ice cream, don't you? Sam says cheese. Lol, cheese with anything is the best snack. Yeah, I'm like your mum.
Yeah, you and my mum would have cheese and crackers.
We just cut wedges of cheese off and eat it.
Yeah.
Alicia's going to try and make the pasties. Okay.
The Jamaican patties.
Thunder, hi, how are you? You okay?
Hey, Thunder, hope you're well.
Well, again, we're doing another discussion on the types of food you'd have. Right, Thunder
of course, that's what our channel's about.
Would you have savoury or a sweet pie? So, yeah, if you were to make up your own pie, what would it be? Oh, Sam, now I'd love to make you guys a pie and a cake. Would it be the one thing though? Would it be pie cake or cake pie?
I'm just trying to think what sweet pie.
Oh, Alicia said, I love banoffee pie or a chicken and mushroom pie. Oh, I love banoffee pie.
I like chicken and bacon. I do like chicken and bacon. I like steak pie. But they have to be done really well. I don't like pies that aren't done. I like a flaky pastry.
Two said a plate of roast dinner with some pastry propped over the top. That would do. That would do. But this would be in a pie. So you'd actually
I need it in a pie.
You've got to bake it in a pie. But I actually thought I like your roast dinner pie idea. I would probably give that a go.
Yeah, I need it in a pie.
So Richard said my pie would be short crust puff pastry, apple, rhubarb, and rum. And I've actually made it. What's it like? I don't like rhubarb.
I don't like rhubarb.
But apple and rum, I could see being quite nice.
Or, you know what I would do? Pina colada in a pie.
How would you do that?
I do pineapple. I would have soak it in the coconut rum.
Yeah.
And then I would have coconut flakes. That's how I would do it.
I'm not sure how the coconut flakes would come out. It would be interesting. Oh, Tanika's come up with an interesting one. I think I would do Greek pie that has falafel, halloumi, and maybe spiced hummus. Now, the only thing, the danger there would be it could potentially be dry, so you might need to have a type of sauce in there. But that does sound really, really nice.
Also, I wouldn't bake the hummus in the pie. I would drizzle it over the pie. That's how I do it.
Richard said, I do make very huge mince pies, like dinner plate size. Oh my God.
Oh.
That's one massive mega mince pie. I'm not a big fan.
Really.
You love mince pies. I'm not a big fan
love mince pies.
Although I did say to you guys as well, actually, I remember going to the shop with a friend of mine and he bought loads of mince meat that was on sale. Mince meat that goes in mince pies. And he said what his wife does is she puts slices of apple in a tray and then like a dish, and then puts the mincemeat on top of that, and then puts crumble on top of that. And he said it's really, really good.
I love crumble top mince pies. They are the best. Crumble top mince pies. Listen.
Thunder said, I'm good, thanks. How are you? Yeah, we're great, thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Tushi said, melt my cheese. Thunder said, I do something random like a mango flavored ice cream pie, but that's probably been done. I've never heard of that. But so are you not baking it though? Would it be like baked Alaska? Are you gonna have to do it like that? To bake ice cream is gonna be difficult.
I'm gonna go back to, is it Tushi that said it? Melt my cheese. Exactly. Melt my cheese. Melt it.
You know what Kelly's like if you don't melt the cheese. You saw a kick off in that video.
Melt my cheese.
Tanika said maybe it's more Mediterranean than Greek. But it could be. You could. I've got a real thing for Turkish food. I love Turkish food.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
So I would definitely have a Turkish cuisine in a pie as well.
I don't like feta cheese though.
Sam said, roast pie. Maybe you could throw in some roast spuds, then mash them, and then somehow make it into a kind of roast spud case. So almost that becomes the casing. But would you not want it in pastry? You don't have to have the pastry in your pie.
No, you don't.
Tanika said, or Chinese-inspired pie. Beef with black bean sauce. That would be amazing. That would be actually really, really good.
No, for me, I would do something like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of my favorite, like barbecue pork or char siu pork, or I don't know, maybe crispy aromatic duck. Yeah, in a pie. Ooh.
Alicia said, how do I know Kelly was going to do some pina colada business? Tanika said, I think a roast in a pie is a great idea. I think that would work. And I do like your Mediterranean pie idea. I do think that's really good. I love that sort of that British Mediterranean, British Caribbean, British something else fusion.
The fusion, yeah.
Kelly, I'd be happy to make you mince pies. There you are from Richard. Thank you, Richard.
Crumble top though.
Crumble top, Kelly likes.
Crumble top mince pie.
But you know what, Richard? Actual fact, we'll have to do something like that closer to Christmas. As it pains me to say, Christmas won't be far away.
Right.
Sam said, you'd love my pies, Kelly. They're proper old-fashioned, but with a twist. You can't beat homemade pastry.
No,
so with your pastry, Sam, are I'm guessing you're using a lot of butter because that is a secret, I think, for a decent pastry.
My mum, she like back in the day when hors d'oeuvres were a thing, she used to have what is it, vol au vent, right? But my mum always makes good vol au vents. And then she said to me recently, she said, "Where can I get vol au vents?" And I said, "Do you know what? I've not seen vol au vents anywhere for ages. I don't know where."
Oh, sorry, Alicia's got to go. Bye, Leash.
Bye, Leash.
Take
Bye,
care.
Leash. I said, I don't know where you're going to get vol au vents like anymore. They're normally in the frozen section somewhere. Anyway, she got some pastry, some puff pastry. She loves puff pastry. And she rolled them out into squares and then she cut them. She made her own fish with a fish sauce. It was so good. It was so good. I just wanted to eat that. Yeah.
Richard said, "I will make you a crumble top mince pie if you want."
Crumble top mince pie. Yes, all about the crumble top.
Thunder said, "I think just the plain pastry that has a gap in the top. Oh, just chuck the ice cream ball inside the pie." Oh, Thunder, I don't know how that's gonna work. It's good. So I don't know if you couldn't cook that. You would just have to have it cold. So you'd have to have a cold pastry case with a. I'm sensing a very sweet tooth from Thunder here.
No, because if you were doing a sweet pie, like a mince pie, you would bung that in the oven, and then after when it came out the oven, you put the ice cream.
Well, she does go on to say she'd add strawberry sauce and crushed Oreos.
Yeah.
So this is a very sweet pie.
Yeah, it's a sweet pie. Yeah.
It sounds like a nickname for something. Oh, you're my little sweet pie.
Oh, he's going to call me that now.
I'm going to call you sweet pie from now on. So, sweet pie, let me read these out. Richard said, "Cheese is my enemy. Melted cheese makes me sick." Oh, no, Richard.
I love it.
Oh, I don't know what you're missing. Oh, do you know what?
How do you eat pizza? Can you eat pizza?
Yeah, you eat pizza, don't you? Your Italian roots.
Pizza, and so your quattro formaggio pasta. Do you not eat that?
Sam said lasagna flavoured pie. I like the idea of that. The only thing is, I suppose pasta and pie might be a bit heavy, but I would definitely give it a try. Tusha, whoop whoop, and you've got all the Christmas emojis. I'm taking it Tushi's a big fan of Christmas.
I love Christmas.
Oh, Kelly loves Christmas.
What are you talking about? You just said to me you're going to put the Christmas tree up early this year.
Do you know why? Because I'm so sick and tired of having to. It takes such a long time to bag them all up and take them down. I thought I want at least 2 months use out of it.
Yeah, he loves Christmas as well.
Sam said, "I would like to perfect a homemade pork pie with hot crust pastry." You need a little doily thing though, don't you, to build the pastry up on?
I would like to try I've yet to try. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll go to Marks and Spencer's and they do the mini pies. I quite like the mini pies, the mini pork pies, and they're all right. You know, they're all right, but they don't blow me up. I'm waiting to get that pork pie that's just like, oh my god, this is the best pork pie I have ever had. It's like I tried. So when we went and did all the what you call it, the croissants, the almond croissants, the best croissant by far was the one that is done at Rome, and it's the chocolate and almond croissant. It's the best croissant I've ever tasted. A close second, and I hadn't tried it.
Richard's got to go. Take care, Richard. See ya.
And I hadn't tried it. Was if someone brought it in one day, and it was bread ahead's almond croissant. I said to him, like, if this had chocolate in it, this is probably would be the best croissant I think I've ever tasted, topping a Rome, but it doesn't top a Rome. And I think it's just one of those things. I really would like to try a pie, like a pork pie, and I just go, oh my god,
proper pork pie.
I don't like pasties, but when Richard and we went to Rochester.
Oh yeah, you did, yeah.
And somebody ordered the Christmas, the festive Cornish pasty, and I was just like, when I heard him say that, I said, no, I have to try that as well. It was the best Cornish pasty I've ever tasted. I don't even like Cornish pasties, but this has to be the best pasty I've ever tasted. It was so good. And this was in a place called Tony Lorenzo, but they've now changed their name to Lenny's in Rochester. So if you're ever in Rochester and you go to Lenny's, and it's Christmas time, get that pasty. It is so good. I can't lie. It was probably like I said, it's the best pasty that I've ever tasted.
Thunder said a pre-cooked pastry, and yes, the epitome of sweet tooth. How are you? Do you know what I've got to say? Is you've probably seen Kelly and I do have a real sweet tooth as well. All the cakes and stuff we try, we pretend, oh, we're doing it for work, but it is a lot of it's for personal pleasure. Absolutely. So yeah, we do have a lot of a bit of sweet tooth. All the cakes, we do it for your benefit.
Obviously, we do it for science purposes, of course. But yeah,
sweet. Touche asks, how about a fish pie in pastry with cheese sauce peas? Is that a thing?
I don't like cheese sauce.
I do.
But I know you do.
I'm not sure about fish and cheese sauce, but it might work. Right. Sam's recipe. If you use 300 grams of flour and add 150 grams of butter, so kind of half the weight of the flour. And I'm assuming you add a little bit of water in that just to bind it. So basically you want 2 parts flour, 1 part butter, almost. Sam said, I love Xmas too. I can imagine you do a lot of baking around Xmas. Touche, yay, Kelly, that's my girl. That's my girl. Oh, 3 words, says Touche. Xmas dinner pie. Christmas dinner pie. Very similar to your roast dinner one.
Yeah, very similar to the roast one. In my pie, I'd have cranberry. So I'd have cranberry. I'd have some type of. I'd have 3 roast meats. So maybe pork, possibly chicken. So pork, chicken,
really?
And beef.
I thought possibly the pork, the gammon, the beef.
No, but I wouldn't have gammon because you've already got pork. So I probably would have maybe pork, lamb, and beef, or pork, chicken, and beef, something like that, with cranberry, some of the roast potatoes in that, and like a gravy. Oh,
there you are. Well, there you are.
So good.
Thunder said Zachary is a very fussy eater, but he loves his pork pies. Lol. He had a giant one on my birthday. It looked even bigger than in his hands. Well, funny enough, I remember, if anybody has watched Don't Tell the Bride, and the one that made me laugh is there's one episode, one guy actually, rather than a wedding cake, he got a giant pork pie. They had a massive pork pie. Because apparently she was really into a pork pie.
Oh, that's different.
So he did a massive pork pie.
Don't ever in your lifetime decide to get me a pork pie as a cake.
Yeah, I have a pork pie cake. Thunder said, I don't do meat, but I saw a video a while ago and someone had a pasty in Cornwall and it had an all-day breakfast one. It had beans, sausage, and a bit of egg and cheese. It looked amazing.
I'm not sure about, I like eggs. I'm not sure about the cheese.
Oh, if they did a vegetarian breakfast, I would definitely go for that one.
I wouldn't have beans. Do you know what? I love beans. I love beans and sausages, the baked beans and sausages. The only reason why I wouldn't have beans in a pie is because sometimes beans can be overpowering.
Oh, you should try the Greg's do. Beans and sausage in a pasty.
Yeah, I just feel like beans would overtake everything. So I'm thinking something more along the lines of, bacon, sausage, eggs, that sort of thing, rather than beans. Possibly hash brown.
Thunder said, there you go. Oh, Kelly. Sam said, real Cornish pasties are amazing. I can imagine that, actually.
I've never tried a real Cornish pasty.
Because Sam is from Cornwall.
Yeah, so I've never tried a real Cornish pasty.
There you go. With pigs in blankets as a garnish. Not inside it, but as a garnish on top.
That would be too good. Will be too good.
Oh, Thunder said, I thought you said Sam's comment. Sorry, Thunder. I didn't really get it mixed up. My eyesight's going. What was it? Sam said, ditto, Thunder. Sorry, I mixed them up. It tells my eyesight's going. This is too much coffee. I'm seeing double. Thunder, that's my kind of pasty. Yeah, Greg's sausage and bean slice. I really like to do a vegetarian bean sausage and slice. That's the one I get. It's really nice.
You've got to try them. They are really, really good. They got some really good stuff actually, Greggs.
Greggs do, but for me, it's about the ingredients. So it just shows you Greggs sausage rolls don't taste like they did back in the day. I don't know what they've done to the sausage, but it's just mush, and I don't like it.
The Penguin Munch did a review of Greggs. He didn't like it.
Mush. But I do like their vegan one. Their vegan sausage roll.
Yeah, it's
really,
good.
really good.
It is good.
It was really good, but that sausage meat in the sausage roll is very questionable. Why does it taste mushy like that? Although I don't think I've had a Greggs this year, so I would have to try it just to see how it tastes, I guess, to see if they've changed.
Sam said gammon and cheese pie is lush. Would that interest you? I know you don't like the cheese bit.
It's the cheese, yeah. Gammon for sure. I'd be like, And don't put no pineapple in it, because pineapple does not go.
But you know what? There's a lot of veggie stuff actually. I know what Touche is saying about the veggie bits as well. But there's a lot more. Yeah, so Thunder was saying it looks so nice. Wish there was more for vegetarians too. There's some really good ranges actually in Greggs for vegetarians. They're trying to. They are. They haven't done it fully, but they tend to be more often not a vegetarian alternative to each of the meat dishes.
Yeah, because even what they do pizzas now, I don't like the cheese that they use on the pizza, but they do the margarita. You quite like the margarita.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Like the margarita.
Sam said in Cornwall we do a sausage and egg pie. You add the whole egg. It's yum.
That's what I'm saying, because London's version of a pasty is not the same, I'm sure, as going to Cornwall and having a pasty. They can't be.
Thunder said, Kelly, don't overthink the ingredients. Just enjoy the moment when your taste buds are dancing.
No, when it's mushy sausage, because just doesn't.
You don't think about it. Don't think.
It's not the right consistency. It's not.
There's a saying: don't think while you're hungry. Just enjoy.
No, don't get me wrong. For years, I had. It's when people start changing recipes and things like that. It really annoys me.
Well, here's one for you. Sam asked, "Do you like black pudding, Kelly?"
Yes, I do. I like black pudding. Good. Let me correct myself. I like good black pudding. I like it when it's chewy on the outside and soft on the inside. Proper good black pudding.
I've never worked out the difference. What's the difference between black pudding and white pudding, apart from the colour? Thunder said Wenzel's do more for vegetarians than Greggs, and even nice cakes too. Oh, we haven't done Wenzel's.
There's not a Wenzel's near us.
Huh?
I want to say Richard was talking about. I think Richard's been to a Wenzel's. I feel.
Yeah, pigs in blankets on the side with a pot of cranberry sauce glaze to pour over the top of the pie. Sorry, that was Touche said that. Sorry.
Exactly. Do you know at Christmas, like I miss Eat. I used to get a pie from there sometimes and things like that. They also started doing a roast.
Tula, you eating the whole bag? I'm unbelievable.
Please, because if I leave half of anything, you eat it.
You carry on.
So in Eat, they used to do this mince pie bar. Oh, that was too good as well. But they used to do like a roast in a wrap, but that wasn't very good. I tried it. It was just stale. It wasn't good. But they used to do a sausage pot, pigs in blanket sausage pot with cranberry drizzled over. That was good. And they also used to do in a bap. So they used to do pigs in blanket in like a brioche bun with a cranberry sauce. And that was really good as well. But I used to love their pies, and it's such a shame they went into administration. But their pies used to be good. That mincemeat bar. Oh, that mince pie bar was too good. They also did like a cherry bakewell square. That was really good. Yeah, there was some like really good things back in the day. They used to do like this cappuccino cake, right? I'm not a coffee lover in any type of cake. But let me tell you about this cappuccino cake. When you eat it, it had like a chocolate, there was a chocolate coffee bean. And that was really good. And I used to have that with a cup of tea. It was so nice.
Right. So I was just looking at Wenzel's, so Greater London. They're all pretty much North London. So Angel, Archway, Baker Street. There's one in Barnet. Or Baker Street's got one.
Belmont Cross, Brent Cross,
Chingford
Chingford Mount, Crouch End, Ealing Broadway, Edgware, Enfield Fairfield, Golders Green, Hanwell, Kentish Town, Mill Hill, North Finchley, North Harrow. Nowhere near us.
No. Anyway, can you read the comments?
All right, calm down. I'm just having a
So
little
they're like,
read.
all right, he's going to read every location.
Pigs in, so Tucci said pigs in blankets on the side with a pot of, we said that.
Yeah.
Crawl over. There's only 2 more comments to read. Thunder said, if you do go, have a Jamaican beef patty. That's why I was Googling it, because I wanted to see where the nearest Wenzel's was. Have a Jamaican beef patty. They're amazing. And the London cheesecake. So I'm going to research.
Hold on a second. Are you talking about Wenzel's?
Wenzel's. He's talking
Or
about
are you still talking about Box Park?
No, she's talking about Wenzel's.
No, Tanita was talking about Box Park.
Yeah, she's talking about Wenzel's.
Yes, but can we carry on with this before you go? And
All
can
right,
you look
well, there's
after that
one more-
after the live.
I'll do one more comment. It's hard to find decent sausage meat now and bangers.
This is very true, but I feel like you can find good sausages these days, and you can produce and make good sausages. I feel like they should make the sausages and put them in their sausage rolls. Basically, that's how I feel. But their sausage rolls were like proper. Well, it was more firm before. Now it's very mushy, and it doesn't like, it repeats on me quite a lot. So that's why I feel like I'm not sure about this. But their vegan one is very nice.
They do some. I'm just having a look at Wenzel's. They do some nice cakes, you know. Yeah. So where would you? So yeah, Thunder said Wenzel's. Where would you say? What type of sausages are your faves?
So Marks and Spencer's do a caramelized onion. They also do chicken. I mean, what do you call it? What's that chicken sausage thing? Heck do like these chicken hot dog sausages, like the size of hot dogs. But now they're only exclusive to Asda. Can you believe it? They're only exclusive to Asda. So now when you go, so I used to get them in the shop, and then I would put them on the barbecue, because there's a couple of my family members that don't eat pork sausages, but they'll eat chicken sausages. I used to get them all the time. They used to love it, but now it's just, they don't.
No, they didn't have your London cheesecake. I was just looking to see if it was there. Sam said, I saw a steak pie on YouTube the other day, and it had a bone in the center filled with marrow and herb crust. Bone marrow on toast is one that's served in, what's his name? Yeah, no. What's the one where you had the Michelin star donuts?
Oh, St. John's.
St. John's is served there.
Right.
I forgot the name of the chef. It always annoys me. It's somebody not Heston Blue, somebody. Their name will come back to me. I saw a steak pie. Oh yeah, it was a steak pie that Sam was saying. So there, do you like marrow as well? Have you tried marrow on toast? It's very fatty.
It's so rich. It didn't repeat on me, but it's so rich. It tasted like it was going to repeat. It's so oily and things like that. That when I had it, I just thought, oh, this tastes like it's gonna. It's so rich. It tastes like it's gonna repeat on me. So I couldn't eat it. But the person I was with, they ate it. But I feel sure Hawksmoor might do something like that, which is like a giant bone marrow in a pie. I feel sure, yeah.
Do you like frankfurters? Asked Thunder.
I do like frankfurters. I don't have them very often, but yes, I do. I normally have them in a hot dog. Or
are you guys a fan of it as well? I think the German ones are the best ones. Two said, we buy all our meat from a small family-run butcher. Husband bought sausages to make a meat stuffing with Sunday.
Wow.
Do you know what? That's the thing. What's your favourite sausage? If you were to get sausages now,
I told you, caramelised onion sausages from Marks and Spencer's.
Marks and Spencer's ones, that's the one. Sam said, I like to buy sausage meat and make little burgers out of them, but they are too watery now. See, this is the thing. They add water into it obviously to boost it up a little bit. Thunder said, I used to love them and got them at the cafe all the time with egg and chips. The frankfurters.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? Do you remember Wimpy's used to do frankfurter and chips?
The frankfurters that I think you're talking about are a little bit better quality than
You know, like hot dogs.
Oh, there's a town near us actually that they do like a market, and they do a German sausage place, don't they? And they cook it all on a pit, and you see the Frankfurter, the big sort of wheel of Frankfurter.
Yeah, a big wheel of Frankfurter.
And that's what they're doing there as well.
Mm.
Thunder said, by the way, if you ever come to Northwest London, the local cafe does great food. Chicken curry, cherry pie, and breakfast and spaghetti. All of their food quality is great. It's called Men's Cafe.
Cherry pie.
I love cherry pie.
You had me at cherry pie.
I love cherry pie. Men's Cafe.
Love a cherry.
Thank you guys again, as always. Thank you so much for your recommendations, because we always do. Right, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 men's cafes.
Yeah,
right?
but we're Northwest.
I'm
London.
assuming it's this one. Let's have a look. So the one I'm looking at, sorry, my tablet is so slow.
Mark needs to make a note of these things.
Yeah, but we do always really appreciate the recommendations. Right, the one here. Oh, come on. Sometimes this week would be nice. Right. It should be near Northolt. There's should be a hairdresser's next to them. Juicy said, right, we'll have a look at that one.
Meat-free Richmond sausages, not veggie, just like the taste. Yeah, that and they're faking. I've not tried the faking. I've not tried the veggie sausages from Richmond. I used to get Richmond sausages, but there's a unique taste to it that I was in two minds whether I liked or not. So I'm hit and miss on Richmond's, I've got to be honest. I've never had bone marrow. Have you ever had stuffed roasted whole marrow? It's a good veggie alternative. My mum would grow them. Oh, and stuff them with bean feast. No, I've never had like a whole marrow, sort of like, you know, that. But I feel like with bone marrow, it is very rich. It's not for me, but a lot of people do like it. And if you like that rich sort of taste, I wouldn't say it's fatty for me when I've tasted it, but it's not the texture you're expecting. It's like a mush kind of thing. I'm just trying to think of the best way to describe it, because it almost tastes like a certain pate, I guess. It has like a pate consistency, but like a coarse, firmer type of pate consistency is the best that I can describe it.
Sam said, I've never had bone marrow. Have you ever had stuffed roasted whole marrow? It's a good veggie alternative. My mum would grow them and stuff them with bean feast. Oh, that's interesting. I've never tried that. Tushi recommended the Richmond sausages, the meat-free ones, not just the veggie ones. They like the taste.
Ones, yeah.
Thunder said, Kelly, I had you at Cherry Pie. Their milkshakes are also great too, and the people in there are lovely.
Wow.
So my thing is really, really slow. So
lime milkshake is your fave. I've never heard of lime milkshake before. But there's this thing going around on TikTok which I really want to try, and it's like is it what do they call it? Brazilian lemonade, and it's made with limes, condensed milk, water, and ice.
That's like a key lime pie.
It sounds amazing, and I am going to try it. Like, loads of people on TikTok are like trying these things out, and they look absolutely amazing.
Five Guys used to do a bacon milkshake, says Thunder. Puke emoji. I was going to say, sorry, Thunder, is this one in Harrow? I've just been trying to Google where this is, and I'm not sure I've got the right place.
Yeah, so I really, the lime milkshake does sound interesting.
I'm just having a look. So I've got to say, my tablet is very, very slow.
Thunder said, yes, that's it.
That's the one. Is it blue? I'm just trying to get the pictures to upload. At the moment, it's just really, really slow. Right.
So I think, there is just so many great foods out there as well.
Well, yeah, this is it. So, guys, thank you for your recommendations. If this thing will ever freaking load. Come on. Right. Here we are. Oh, no. That's all I'm seeing. Complete blank screen while this thing loads. But yeah, no, like I said, thank you so much for the recommendations. We do keep a mental note of all of them. And as we do our little trips, we are trying to get round to see more and more things.
Yeah, but like I feel like unless we're that side, and I don't know when we would be that side, but we might have to make a special trip or something like that, because we're like we mainly go to central London rather than going to offshoots or the city or something like that. So we're never right in the depths of somewhere else. Sometimes you will be. Sometimes you'll go.
Yeah. No, sometimes I do. So if I can get down to those sites, I will definitely have a little look at it. And if this thing ever loads,
you must try lime milkshake. It was everywhere in the 80s. I never remember it. I'm like I can't remember like ever. I mean, banana was the one that was quite popular. So you had vanilla, strawberry, chocolate, and banana. They were the most popular milkshakes. Never ever heard of a lime one. How amazing! But I do want to try that Brazilian crushed do lime flavor. Crusher.
do you remember Crusher milkshakes? So they were bottles. So it's not powder. Oh god, this internet app. Right, this is just gone. I will check this out later, Thunder. Sorry. For some reason, my thing is just
Crusher, I'm
decided to
just
die.
trying to think.
Crusher milkshakes are basically they're liquids. They're not like the powder that you have.
Right. Okay.
Right, this is just gone kaput. I'm gonna have to completely do a shot.
The chocolate crusher straws are nice. I don't even remember. I'd have to have a look at them.
Oh
and
yes,
see.
I remember the Crusher chocolates. You must remember Crusher milkshakes. They normally used to do obviously the strawberry, all those flavors as well, but they're just liquid. So
Mark
you add
is
it to
doing
the
this as if I will remember the bottle.
It's a bottle. Well, my laptop's died,
but
so I can't.
But I normally drink the Nesquik. So for me, I just like normally do the powder. But yeah, I think I would like to try the. I'm going to try that Brazilian lemonade, which is lime, condensed milk, and water. I'm really going to try that and see if it's any good. And some people add a little bit of rum if they want it alcoholic or not. So yeah, I used to love ice cream oysters. Oh yes, I think you can still get them in Asda. You can still get the oysters in certain places. Yes, I've seen them. I never had the oysters when I was growing up. So it's not something that I miss or anything like that. But I used to like the brandy snaps. I really liked, but especially if it's good brandy snap. Yeah.
Oh, the oysters and the ice cream man still sells them. Oh, really?
Yeah. I can imagine that they do.
Right. My tablet's officially died. I'm gonna have to plug it back in. So, guys, we've just after 8. So I think we will leave the live there.
We will.
But thank you so much for everybody for contributing. It'd be really, really good actually. And you gave us some actually fantastic ideas.
Yeah.
Particularly all the reminiscing as well. Recently, you used to love chocolate milkshake from Poppins. They had ice cream in them. Do you remember Poppins?
No.
Oh, Poppins is a store that used to do them.
No.
I used to love Wimpy as well. I used to love vanilla floats. They used to put a spoonful of ice cream into your Coke. That was delicious.
Yeah, Coke floats. I was never a lover
Vanilla
of
float. Coke float.
What are you talking about?
Anyway,
It's called a Coke float.
we will leave it there. But thank you so much. We had such good fun actually today talking to you guys, as we always do, of course.
We do.
But we love chatting to you guys, and thank you so much for all the ideas and everything. That's it for Mark and Kelly's trips, tips, and things for today. But we will be back Friday, 6:30, as we're changing our time officially now. Until then, have a fantastic week. Do look after yourselves. Do take care. And remember, you're never too old to have fun. We will see you in the next live on Friday. Enjoy the week, guys. Take care. And we will see you hopefully on Friday. Look after yourselves. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone. Have a lovely week.